it starts by d4, d5, e4, giving away a free pawn, and after d takes e4, ladies and gentlemen, we've entered into the Blackmar Gambit. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you the tricks and traps and how you can make this opening a solid opening. So let's get right to it. So here the first trap is activated after the move knight to c3. And here a very common response for black is knight to c6. And black will be countering, attacking your pawn. So here, as a smart opponent, you should play the move g5. And you are just saying it's time to counter you, black, because you are not that smart. And here in this position, after the move g5, here black might just play the move knight to e5, just making the knight flee. So after that, you play the move queen to d4, attacking the knight. And when the knight is played to g6, do not take this pawn. You can take, it's optional, but just play the move bishop to b5 before you take this pawn. Because here the best move for black is to defend, but sometimes black can play this move c6, try to set up a counter trap, which is exactly a blunder. Here what black is thinking is that after you take, then black just takes your queen for free, but black doesn't know anything, because after you take here on b7, it's an open check. And here after the king moves, you promote the queen. So you promote the queen, and definitely here in this position black is losing. Okay, for the second trap, let's return to the knight c3 situation here. After knight c3, black can also respond by the move knight to f6. So I'm going to show you a trap after the move knight to f6, f3, and after e takes f3 here, you can take with the queen. And here after queen takes f3 here, there are a few moves that can be played, and the most common one is queen takes d4. The move queen takes d4 is just taking the pawn because it was just free. Just look at the position, this pawn was just free, nothing was defending it. So here black might just say, it's my pleasure, let me just take the pawn. And after that move, bishop to e3 is played, attacking this very queen here. And when the queen plays to b4, which is very common, attacking this pawn, you just log castle. And after you log castle here, this position, bishop to g4 is another very common move. Remember, this bishop is backed out by the queen, and it's x-raying, attacking your rook here. It knows that the queen is going to escape, but not the rook. Don't worry about that. Just play the move knight to b5. And this knight is backed out by this bishop. As you already see, white already is an advantage here. So in this position, if black decides to be greedy and takes the queen here, then definitely it's over. Because knight takes c7, checkmate is available. So here, black might try to be very stingy and smart and play the move e5. And after the move e5, you can still take on c7, and when the king moves, you can just still sacrifice the queen. It's just simple. Sacrifice the queen. If black decides to be greedy again and takes, then the game is absolutely over after the move bishop to c5, checkmate. So here in this position, after the move bishop to g4, white, you have that advantage. Do not fear this bishop, you will still win. Okay, time to go to the third trap. Let's go back to the knight to c3 here, and knight to f6 here. And here, after f3, e takes f3, you take back with the knight. Here, another common response is bishop to f5. And here, after bishop to f5, you just play your knight to e5, targeting this pawn, and after your opponent becomes very wild and plays the move h5, because your opponent doesn't want to lose control of the g4 square, because it's now controlled both by your knight and your queen. Your opponent might play this aggressive move to try and bring the bishop here to harass your queen. So here in this position, you just play the move in f3, targeting this bishop. And you might just say, will this bishop just escape, or even try to harass me? Nah, don't worry about that, because the bishop, if white is around low, if black is below 1000 elo, definitely black would do that. But definitely you can see that this pawn is being targeted. So the best move here for black is to play queen to c8, defending both the bishop and the pawn. So here is white, you keep on calling all the shots by playing the move bishop to c4, attacking again. You already see you're developing your pieces and you are attacking black. Look at where black's queen is at. The queen actually looks dead there. It's a very terrible position for black. And after black plays e6 to defend, you just play the move bishop to g5. And here black has got two options: to move the bishop, which is a very good move, but still as white you still have the advantage here, or to play the knight here to g4. When black plays that move, then you're definitely winning. How do you win, you ask? You just sacrifice the knight. Yes, you sacrifice the knight, and if the king takes, then you just take back with the queen. You already see the advantage. The advantage is already on 9.34, so which means that white is completely winning. If you lose in this position, then definitely you need to go and learn beginner lessons, because here we are teaching very simple openings and you lose. Okay, then if black plays the move king to e8, then it's just mating 2 after queen to g6 check, then after king to d7, then queen takes e6 checkmate. So definitely black is a smart opponent who didn't even play that. Here black can play a very common move, king to g8, and black is like, what are you going to do to me? Are you just going to take this pawn here and target my queen? Here in this position, as white, don't even take this pawn targeting pawn, just castle. Here, why castle? Why not take? Yes, it's optional, you can actually take here, and it can end up as a very crazy position and everything. But if you actually see, you have nothing to cook in terms of attacks. That's the reason why here, before taking, you should just castle. So if you castle, then it's advantageous for you. You've got this rook supporting you here in this file, and the best move for black is to move the rook forward. And here you just take it after the knight take, then take the pawn, give it a check. And here actually note that your queen is under attack. So here black will play smart and just move the king here. You won't sacrifice this queen because he's not a 500 elo chess player, so definitely you won't do that. And after that, and maybe you might be lucky if it does. After that, just set your queen again. I mean a queen trade. It's not exactly a sacrifice. And after you trade, you actually realize that you're 6 points ahead, and this knight is pinned, which makes it 9 or 9, and the advantage is 10, because this knight is pinned, this knight is dead in the game. So this will be advantageous, and you have an extra rook which is out, which means that you can terrorize black until black will just resign in this position, really, to be honest. And after king a7, then you have gotten into a very good endgame. Okay, I've showed you this trap. Okay, let's return back to the knight c3 situation. The last trap that I'm about to show you is after knight f6 as usual, then f3, he takes f3, the knight takes f3. Then here, instead of playing the bishop here black decides to play the move g6. And here black is now going for a more solid opening, trying to fear cheat to his bishop here. And as you check, after bishop c4 and weakening this pawn, bishop g7 is played. And here as white to just play the aggressive move h4. And here after knight b d7, which is another very common move that your opponents play to just solidify, because this is a very solid opening. But this guy forgot that there is no pawn in the center. This pawn that is played to d6 is very important for the king's Indian, and it also defends the square here. So if the pawn is not there, then definitely if he tries to play like a king Indian defense player, then definitely bishop takes f7 check is coming. It's coming. Yes, the position is still equal. That's why these are gambits. You're just giving away a free bishop, because you're just going to give a check here. And if the king returns back to his home square, then the queen is trapped. You're already winning now. The queen is a goner. But here smart opponents might not even play that move. Here smart opponents can play the move king back here, because playing to f8 is another fork. So here after king to g8, just play knight to e6, firing the queen. And here the only square of escape is e8. Then you just take this pawn again. And here in this position, after queen to g8 is played again, then you just take this. So you already see this position will still remain equal, because you have got a rook and your knight is not going to escape, to be honest, and you all have an equal position. But this is a trap meant to trap the queen if you are lucky enough. So okay, these are all the traps. So let's return back to the d takes e4 situation. How can you make this opening solid? Here you just play the move knight to c3, and the best move here is just knight to f6, and here you just give away the free pawn again. This is just a simple setup. You already see you are covering the center, which means that you have got an advantage. And obviously after a few moves, you actually realize that you can develop this bishop here pinning to the queen. And definitely after this, you actually realize that after black develops this other knight, you have a very good setup. And after black tries to develop the other pieces like his bishop here, then definitely you just castle with the rook with an open file here. You'll be completely dominating here. So like and subscribe for more content, guys. And if you're interested in gambits, just click on the video appearing on the screen